Hello, welcome back to Tales of Berseria, the Let's Play Blind near Rambler. Right then, it has been a wee while. Do apologise for that. Lots of busy worky and personal things on my end. But as you can see, the characters' levels have gone up a little bit since last time. And of course, the equipment levels are what they are. Some people have changed things, not by much, mind you. So, yeah, it is what it is. We also have an expedition that we need to solve as well. Or, I say solve, we need to actually complete. And we get perfect and things. Oh, we got a new treasure again. It's a moon and star earrings. A pair of earrings collected on the Noct and Deer Isles. Wearing them when you sleep will carry you to a dream where your dreams come true. Oh, fucking what a pair of those. Give me those right now. How much are they? I will buy some, and I'll tell you something now. Ooh, if you knew what my dreams were about, I'd be having the time of my life. That's very nice. Oh, we got a new skill. Indefatigable. I'm guessing that's to do with things. Right, let's explore again.
Scout ship departing.
Lovely. Let's have a look at the old treasureroos. So where are they? There they are.
What lovely earrings.
They are lovely. I mean, they're relatively plain, but I like them. You know, I can see them working on an outfit on some sort of female body. It would work great. Earrings that make you dream of your dreams coming true. They sound like something out of a dream themselves. Yeah, if anyone is suffering from constant nightmares, I'd want to give these to them. Actually, I'm not sure if... I know a nightmare's a nightmare, but isn't a nightmare technically still a dream? It's just a very bad one, so therefore you'd make those nightmares come true because you're making dreams come true. And therefore that would be horrendous. In which case maybe I don't want the earrings, because my nightmares are pretty horrific, as I'm sure most people's are, but mine involve zombies and nasty things. And yeah, I don't know. No thanks. No, you can keep the earrings. It's alright. I'll find a way to get my Rover V8 elsewhere and a kinky girlfriend who likes whipping people. I'll work it out. It's fine. People should at least be able to be happy in their dreams. You really are a kind boy, Lafayette. What about you? Do you ever have nightmares? Oh, don't worry about me. I sleep soundly and almost never dream. And once I'm awake, there is another day of work to be done. I'm simple that way. Oh, yes, you are. You work to make your dreams come true, you mean? That suits you just fine, Eleanor. I'm being insulting, though. She's cool. She's actually going through quite a character development arc. It's a basic one, but a satisfying one nonetheless. So no, I'll lay off from Eleanor. She's cool. Fair enough. Right, okay, unless you double-crossed us again, in which case that's still relatively cool, I suppose. Right, now then. Where are we? Now, where did I go before? I have been exploring these lands quite a bit, so the treasure chests and stuff I've actually opened off screen. There wasn't anything of note, to be fair. There's a couple of pieces of equipment I've already got from farming, and some monies, and yeah, that's about it really. So yeah, nothing major. So I'm just trying to recognise where we go. I think we've got to go this way, because what I want to do is go battle that mark. There is a mark around here that we need to fight, one of the big monsters. It's at level 50 and it looks like a giant turkey bird, but I would like to fight... Yeah, there it is, around here, isn't it? Yeah, I'd like to go fight that and see if we're at the right level, because it's level 50 as I said, and if not, I've said it now, I'm not sure if we'll be able to beat it. If we can't, then I'm going to have to grind off screen and get it done, which would be a bit of a ball ache, because the grinding is taking a long time now, simply because every level the characters increase by, in terms of every level they go up by, then obviously the amount of experience required to get to the next level increases as well, and although so does the amount of experience points you gain from fighting monsters increases as well, not necessarily however in the same ratio of increase as it is to go up to the next level. So there's, in other words, the grinding time is actually extended overall, which is, it's kind of common really with RPG games. Slowdown isn't, I apologise for the slowdown, but whoa, hello, oh go on then, we'll have a bit of a barn with you then, why not? What was I saying? Oh well, we'll have a slow down Matrix barney with you. But yeah, the grinding does get longer. I mean, I'm not talking about games where the grinding's been done on purpose by design to get you to, say, go into microtransactions or buy loot boxes or buy things that skip portions of the game. I'm not talking about that sort of grind. I'm talking about old school role-playing game, as in video game kind of grind. It's that sort of thing. that,
Come on,
you know,
really?
goes up with time. So you have to spend a bit longer getting your levels up to strengthen your characters to be able to do the next bit comfortably. I mean, obviously you don't have to. I mean, RPGs you can fight monsters and creatures lower level than you should be. You know, it's a challenge, but people do. So that's the thing about RPGs. You know, if done correctly and designed right, then yeah, there's loads of different levels of challenge that you can, by choice, engage in, so to speak. But I'm just talking about generic RPG mechanics. You know, we all know about them, and if you don't now, you have a little bit of knowledge. I don't know the full knowledge, but you have a little bit. There's the peacocky, birdie, turkey thing of doom over there. I'm going to slowly make my way over in an arc-style projectile thing, because I'm collecting the orbs. Or cat souls, or whatever they're called, I forget now. Right, let's delve. Oh, I was going to delve into your butt, sir. Head first.
We will need to be extremely
It's the king peacock. Okie dokes. I'm going for the mystic art straight away. That's probably a dumb idea. Oh no, 500 damage per hit. That's not too bad. I really shouldn't be attacking it so quickly that I'm doing now with the old soul points. How much damage have we done to it? Not a huge amount, but we're doing damage. That's the main thing. That's it. We want to try and get it when... that power hit. That's what we need. More of those. More of those power hits would be grand. I mean, obviously that's all depending on how I've coded the moves for... Well, I say coded. How I've set the moves, I should say, for the characters. I haven't bothered. But at least on a manual level, I haven't bothered. I have with Velvet, but I haven't actually tweaked it since then. I just can't be bothered. At least the game offers you that customization to do that, if you so wish to have that, but, you know, it's not mandatory. Which is what I like about this game. Uh-oh. Did I gain a thing? I gained a thing! That's good, I gained an SP. Ooh, wow, that's a heck of a lot. That's a fair bit of damage there. Nice one, Rokaru. I'm remembering names, yay! After however many parts and hours of playing this game. Names are being remembered! I've said before in the past, my memory is so fried since I started this channel. Actually, I can't really talk about why, but maybe one day I will. But yeah, there is a reason for it. It was good to begin with, or at least goodish, but it's really bad now. I think we've got this fight pretty much sewn up. I could be tooting my own horn here, but it looks like oh yeah, no, yeah, it's dead. It barely did anything to us really. We walked over that one. We got some mastering. Oh, we got the armory Acerite or Acarite. That's probably Acarite. It's probably the right name. Acarite 4 grants 1 plus maximum souls to characters wearing equipment that's been enhanced for whatever purpose. Lovely. That's great. Okay, right. So who's mastered what then? You've mastered fatigue thing. I think you've mastered everything. So you can probably go down to poison wards just for. We've already mastered that. Mastering that. Right. You have no other rings. And that's it. Okay, that's fine. Cool. Right, okay, so yeah, I was just pottering about the equipment stuff. I still don't really know or keep track of it all, really. Just trying to make sure everyone masters their stuff so they get their little stat boosts and their little bonuses. You know, it's all good. Now, we can't go that way up ahead because that's barred off. So, what we need to do is we need to loop back round on ourselves now very slowly. I'm not going to be fighting any enemies, or at least any enemies away from us. So we're just going to run straight to where we need to get to. We should be sufficiently high leveled enough now, especially if we've beaten that peacock. There's, you know, we should be fine. So yeah, so hopefully it's just a long shot. I could edit this out, but I'm being lazy. So just skip ahead in the YouTube video, however long it takes for us to get there. Is it? Do you know what? That's the thing. Actually, I just remember a lot of like recent Japanese role-playing games we've been playing, and I'm talking about since I don't know, late PS2 era or early mid PS2 to early late PS2 era. There's always a big open, huge land you have to traverse through at some point in the game, just to artificially pad out the game's length. Like this area we're going through now, I think is one of the biggest we've traversed. In terms of these wild areas that you know, you fight enemies on to grind, to get items and stuff. It's one of the biggest, but it's always a big open field like this. I mean, this one's obviously, you know, cluttered with cliffs and rocks to not completely make it too open for the sake of game design, I guess. But it's still big, and it takes forever, even with slowdown, to get to the places you need to get to, because it's designed that way. But there's obviously loads of enemies about, so it's also designed, I guess, in a way to say, right, you've reached this point in the game now, you know, this is the best chance for you to really test yourself and grind up levels, because if you haven't done it, this is the best time to do it, because you're going to need it for the next bit, because the difficulty is going to jump up quite a bit. You know, Final Fantasy 13 had it. Not that Final Fantasy 13 was a good game, but at least the first one of the three. Probably the least offending one. It was still all offensive in my opinion, but actually I say that Final Fantasy 13 Part 2 had one thing going for it. You could capture monsters in it and use them as your Pokemons, and I love the Tombury monster from Final Fantasy. I love Tomburys. They're so cool. I nearly bought one as a plushie. I really wish I did. I'm gonna have to get one day. I love the Tombury. I don't know why, I just love the idea of it. It's just like this weird reptilian thing in a big sort of dressing gown robe thing that covers its body, and it walks on its legs, and it has like little brown slippery feet for legs. I mean, it doesn't for shoes even. It's not always been that way, but that's like the most modern design. And it carries a lantern and a little knife, and when it goes up to you and hurts you, it fucking kills you. It's like so OP, it's unbelievable. You know, I think the weakest version of the Tombury was in 10.2, in the Via Infinito in Belvany or whatever it was called. That was the weakest version, but you had the Mega Tombury as well, which was like this big, gigantic thing. The Tomburys are quite small, they're only petite little things. But then you had the Mega Tombury, which was gigantic, and that was the one that just went up to you and just stabbed you with this giant fucking knife. And it just nailed your characters unless you really had over-leveled them and, you know, given them the right accessories and stuff. It was fucking insane, it really was. But I love the Tombury, I love how cute and diminutive it is, and yet it can really hurt you if you let it get too close. I mean, I like the Tombury. Oh, Felspar boots. That's new. I don't even know where I was going with what I was saying there. I had a point and I've lost it. Oh, you've already mastered them. Okay, so this is all complete waste of time. But you could wear those boots actually, so I'll give them to Fee, as he's called now. We'll give them to Fee. What was I saying about the Tomburys? I can't remember now. Oh yeah, sorry about the fact that the RPG games have big fields and stuff like that, you know, to do the grinding in. It's weird. And Final Fantasy 13 had it. 13.2 had Tomburys that you could capture as Pokemon, and then you could use them in battle. So you actually had Tomburys fighting with you. That was so cool. I love that sort of thing. I called mine Barry. It was really, really neat. Oh, we're getting to story now. But yeah, point being is big open fields in RPG games happens more than you think. I mean, look at that though. I like things like this. It's so generic, and yet it's like I really want to go off and explore all of it. You've got this in real life, obviously, but it's so nice. Right, let's go up here and see what shit we have to go down now.
Here! This is the Earth Pulse point I've been feeling! No Therian and no barrier.
Unless it's the mountain itself.
I must have gotten it wrong again.
Yeah, she did, Fee.
I wouldn't
Bad
be
boy.
so sure of that. That dragon could well have broken its barrier. Or it might have been too powerful for the Abbey to subdue.
Yeah, good point.
Be right.
Yeah.
After all, dragons make for the strongest demons.
The problem is, we don't know if it's a Therian or not.
That is true.
Yeah. Let's stick with the plan and head to Stonebury to gather more information.
Am I the only one here who thinks the real problem is how we're supposed to fight a frickin' dragon?
That is a good point as well, actually. No, I'll give you that. That is a very good point. Very good point, Maggie. We'll worry about that later. So yeah, ooh, fluid, lovely.
I can't wait to take a good look around.
Well,
whoa, now that's what I call a view.
it is a nice
I
view.
agree that it's beautiful, but don't leap about so much. You'll fall.
Yeah, thank you, Mom.
I can sense many Earth pulses under this place.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Oh, do we actually have to go and explore all of that? Because I'll happily do it.
Web of earth pulses crisscrosses the land under the Aldina Plains. Mountains like these would normally take tens of thousands of years to form, but these popped up in about a millennia.
It can happen.
Earth pulses have affected the land?
Exactly. Long ago, people wielded arts that allowed them to manipulate the earth pulses and control the very land itself.
How could arts like that exist?
Perhaps they pushed against key points on the earth pulses? Like how acupressure can improve a person's blood flow.
That's a rather forced comparison. But you may be right.
Snob.
Either way, those arts have been lost for eons.
I'm impressed, Eisen. You know a lot about everything.
Not at all. There's so much I don't know. For example, the name of these flowers. That's why I travel. To learn.
Aldina alabaster grass.
That's the name of this flower?
Yes. A long time ago, my brother showed me a picture of it in one of his books. They're fragile flowers. They die quickly on their own, but if enough of them gather together, they can survive.
It's a bit like gravity,
Fields of them
really.
form
It's a
beautiful
forced
white
comparison,
carpets
but
of
I'm right.
flowers. In some cultures, they symbolize kinship, the bonds between people.
Kinship. Huh.
I'll
Oh,
remember
God.
that. You and your brother taught me something new today.
And then I'm
I'll
going to
never
teach you
forget
something. I'm going to teach you a fist to the face really hurts. Yeah, that's what they do in their spare time. Right, okay. I'm just making shit up. Now let's go from this lovely field. And now I have no idea where we need to go. Actually, I've got an idea. Oh no, I have got a vague idea where we need to go. I don't know if it's correct. I could check the map. I don't know. I can't be bothered. Fill spare fragments. Yeah, we'll have that. The cat's souls. Why not? Cool. Now I've got a vague idea where we need to go, so that's fine. And again, it's on the map if I get stuck. So yeah, what else to talk about? Oh god, since the last video, so many bad things have happened on YouTube, haven't they? Like Pro Jared and James, whatever the guy, that weird guy that does makeup stuff. I don't say he's weird because I don't understand him, but as long as he's happy, I suppose that's the main thing. The point being is that all this stuff about YouTubers now being imperfect and actually being nasty. You know, you've got to be, if you do follow a YouTuber or YouTubers on the interwebs, you've got to understand they are human beings, just like any celebrity is, just like any human being is. They're human beings. They have many faults, and those faults can be inflated or amplified in their position of power. Like with anybody who gets into a position of power or gets into increasing positions of power, you are naturally more likely to get more corrupt, or naturally more likely to be corrupted in some way, because you're in a position of power, you know. And a lot of people who aren't in positions of power will say, no, that's not true, I could do it, or no, what about the human condition of... No, I'm sorry, you just do. You wouldn't know, you've never been down it, you just would. And the reason why you haven't been down it is because you're not allowed to, because the powers that be, the people in power, are corrupted to stop you from getting to those levels that they're at, because they don't want to be topples, they don't want to lose it, even through natural progression of age and time. They will do what they can to slow it down, because they've been corrupted. And it may very well have been that a number of these people in power got there through corrupted means, like they did it through greed and cheating and lies, of course. But there may very well be a number of them who got there purely on the same terms that people claimed they would do if they got into a position of power, and then got corrupted. Point being is, power corrupts. Now, I'm not saying it corrupts everybody in the same way or by the same amount. I'm not saying that there aren't people in power in the world who, you know, don't give in to the whole corruption. They still do good, they still take responsibility, they still look after the people below them or the things below them, whatever it is they're in peril, and they do a bloody good job of it, you know. Yeah, of course they do. But there's still an element of corruption, and that could even happen over time. It might be that for now they are considered good and proper because, you know, that they're working hard, they're being socially responsible, or they believe they have a moral duty to do what they need to do in power because they feel it's the right thing to do. That's what a person in power should do, to look after whatever. But as time progresses, when they probably don't quite get certain initial selfish feelings that they hide from other people, like, you know, do they get thanked, do they get rewarded properly in terms of the work they do and the sacrifices they make, or the day-to-day running of something? Once they start to realise a little bit of, oh, actually, I'm not sure if I'm being satisfied, even spiritually or materialistically, both have to be satisfied to a certain degree. Once they feel they're no longer being satisfied as they should be, because remember, it's all relative, then the corruption can start happening very late. And what I'm saying is through this sort of explanation. Why am I fighting these enemies? I shouldn't be fighting these enemies, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked by defocusing. What I'm trying to say is that YouTubers who get into positions of power, like Pro Jared, like James, whatever, they're going to make mistakes. And some will make quite big mistakes, and mistakes that really you think, okay, that's not just because your power corrupted, the corruption got to you, that's because you're an evil, nasty bastard. In the possible case of Pro Jared and what he's been up to, oh dearie me. You know, it might very well have been that, like I said, he was corrupted already, but he obviously didn't have the balls to do it. But once he got to a position of power, it amplified the corruption he was vulnerable to or did. So he could exploit people. Now, does that justify it? No. What I'm trying to argue is that whoever you follow in life, or worship in life, or see as your hero or heroine, or gender X, or whatever it is nowadays, they're not always who they appear to be. They are going to have some dark secrets to them that you won't know about, because they'll hide it, because they don't want people to know about it. Because they don't need people to know about it, because it may be that they're actually just thinking to themselves,
Sorry to cut you down.
yeah, I have got a bit of a dark side to me. Everybody's got a dark side to them. Go away. Dark side, not you, the enemies, that is. A dark side to them. I just don't need to engage in it right now. It's not relevant. And you know, that would be right. Oh no, hang on. There's more areas to go to now, because that area over there was great. No, that area is where we. Right, that's the area we came from. The two areas on the right of the map, they're now green now, so we can go that way. Alright, well I want to go back another way actually, very temporarily. Not to delay the video, but there is another way, another mountainous area. It's this way. See where the red mountain bit is on the map? Or that red mountain square? I want to go that way. Cave, dungeon, whatever. Yeah, it is, you know, don't expect them or hold them to such a high pedestal in society as the perfect pure people or perfect people of goodness. They're not. They will have good intentions, that they want to satisfy their audiences, they want to give off a positive image because it's good. Oh, this is new. Oh, do I want to go this way? Yeah, go on, let's have an explore, why not? Actually, before we do, no. Before we do, I want to make sure that I'm not going somewhere that I need to go to. On the Eastern Plains village of Stonebury. So is this going to take us to Stonebury? Oh, it's the same. Damon Highway, Eastern Gales Lake Road. So this is where... Wait. Have we been... Oh no, maybe we've been here before. This is just another area. I haven't got a clue. The music sounds similar. But anyway, we'll find out. Let's go and have a quick exploration. But the point being is that... yeah, these people aren't perfect. But that doesn't mean that what they've done is excusable, though. In the case of Pro Jared, what he did was just... Again, it's relative, but even so, that was a really dumb thing that he did. Very, very, very dumb thing. But he obviously got carried away with it because that's what he wanted to do. You know, that's obviously what he got satisfaction from. Satisfaction even from. Satisfaction, what we're talking about. So, you know, it's... bloody hell, I don't know, further damage. But it doesn't justify it. So you always... whoever you look up to in life, always look up to the... Bloody hell, I did bugger all an experience points. Right, so we definitely have been here before, I think. Always look up to them in a sort of... You know, yes, what they do, their art, their work, their science, their production, whatever. They're all, it's all fantastic, and you should have every right to enjoy them and give them attention and money and your time and experience, because it might make you happy. You'll look at it and go, oh, no, I like this. This is very nice. That's all well and good. I think I don't say to people, you know, don't do it. What I am saying is just bear in mind that they're human beings with faults, and just be aware that they could be something that they're not showing you because they don't want to, because they don't trust you or they don't need you to. You know, that's their private life. It's up to them what they do. But at the same time, from the other perspective, those in power who do have a dark side, I have a dark side, a very big one, relative to like other things. As in, like, you know, my political views and certain beliefs and things. Yeah, to some people it'd be very, very dark and very horrible, but I keep it to myself because I'm like, you don't need to know about it. It's not your concern. Not unless the time comes where I think it's necessary. But I don't share it willy-nilly. I share some things, if I'm being brutally honest, but a lot of it, no, you don't know. But I keep it to myself because I'm like, well, that's what I believe, but until I know I'm safe to believe it, or I believe that it's wise to do so, then I'll keep it to myself. You do tough shit. And as long as nobody's hurt by it, I mean, nobody would be hurt by it on a physical level or anything, it's fine. You know, don't get me wrong, none of my dark things are all about hurting people or anything. It's not, really, it isn't. It's not an you know, a major way. May upset them a little bit, but no more than that. But you know, we've all got beliefs, we've all got ideas that, you know, to other people, some people are like, oh, it's perfectly fine. Others don't give a shit, and then some will go, you're a heinous, evil, villain, satanic spawn. Please be killed by my AK-47. And you'll be like, no, I don't want to be killed by your AK-47. It's a very common gun. Have you got anything more sophisticated? You know, you know, we do. So just remember and bear that in mind, so that when these dark revelations do occur or happen, just look at it from all perspectives before you make your judgment. I think most people do anyway. But it's this whole culture of like, cancel everything, cancel, destroy, delete everything. You think, no, you're just going too far there. That's far too far. Yes, the person should be brought to trial, or the person should be punished in some way. That's fair enough. If they've done something really heinously wrong, they should be punished appropriately. Totally understand that. But you know, always do it with an understanding and knowing of the whole perspectives and stuff. We've done this before, haven't we? Where the feck are we going? Well, there's a chest over there. I think we have, yeah, we have been here, but we couldn't get to this place, so I think this place that we couldn't get to before, it's like, oh, we can get to it now. So what's here then? A life bottle. Okay, all that for that. Oh, hello. Can't do anything with that yet. Okay, that's fine. I'm fine with that. So yeah, I have no idea where I'm going, by the way. We need to get out of here, so obviously I'll click. Oh, it's a thing. Well, that's useful. We'll get the thing. Let's get that. Right, where can we walk? Western Gales. Ah, hold on. We want to go to the eastern one, don't we? Yes, this is where we want to go, I think. Yeah, it is, because that means we can go back this way now. Good. Yeah, we're on the right track. That's good. Yeah, but it doesn't excuse what ProJared did. I don't know about James, whatever his name is, the makeup guy who looks feminine. I don't know what he's done. I think he upset a person who was a friend of his, and she did a video claiming that she betrayed him in terms of he promoted a product I don't know, something that really doesn't concern me. I just think it's a little bollocks, but it matters to them, and that's what's important in terms of, like, to them it's a big deal. So therefore, you know, we'll see what happens. But ProJared is probably not going to come back anymore. He's pretty much dead and gone. That's another thing as well. Over in the UK yonders, we have a show called The Jeremy Kyle Show on a television broadcast network called ITV. And that, for the last 14 years, since recently, that's in the last few days, it was a reality TV show whereby... Expedition. Whereby people would...
Our scout ship has returned.
Very good, Fee. Oh, perfect win again. Lovely. Ooh, a costume, swimwear.
Scout
Might
ship
engage in that
setting
later, but anyway, that's for later. Now, as I was saying, what was I saying? Oh, yes. Basically, it was like a reality show whereby a man called Jeremy Kyle would host it, and he would get people from the public to come on, and they would talk about their lives and their problems, and then they try and resolve said problems by bringing in all members of the party involved in said problem, and then trying to have a pleasant discussion and debate between them to try and heal rifts or remove themselves from each other to move on, that sort of thing. You know, like a bit like Jerry Springer, you know, except, you know, more the same as Jerry Springer, really. He was all shouting and arguing and hating and swearing and you cheated on me, you slagged this person, that sort of thing. You did drugs behind my back while I was pregnant with your sister's baby or something like that. You know, it's that sort of thing. And for 14 years you'd watch it, and seriously, well, you wouldn't watch it, most people didn't, but the people who did watch it would watch it, and they'd just see these people breaking down, shouting, slagging off. It's the Jerry Springer show, basically, and they would like it. But recently, a person who went on the show was accused of cheating on his missus. He had to take a lie detector test. He took it. The lie detector test said that he was lying, that he had indeed cheated on his missus. He broke down in tears and blah blah blah. And then a week later, after the show was completed and recorded to be aired, a week after the recording was completed, the man who was involved in a lie detector test about cheating on his missus. He killed himself. And now it's caused the Jeremy Carr show to be permanently axed, and basically the media watchdog of the UK to look at the broadcasting standards, and they're now thinking about promoting duty of care to reality TV programmes. And it's been happening in the background with programmes like Love Island and a few others where, in Love Island actually, weirdly enough, some people who had been on that show have recently killed themselves as well. So whether it's to do with the show or the fact that there was something deeper going on, or whether, you know, in terms of these people who killed themselves had big issues to begin with and the show didn't really make it better or make it worse, or made it worse or made it better but it didn't last very long, who knows, but it's all under scrutiny now, and it's now, yeah, the Jeremy Carr show has been axed. I only watched it a little bit, and a basic part of me liked it. I will admit, a basic part of me would get entertained by people slagging each other off, you know, and they were usually people from the streets, like people who were on very low income families or benefits or, you know, social welfare and all that. It'd usually be those sorts of people. But, you know, nobody really thought about what goes on behind the scenes, but apparently it's all coming to light now. Whether, again, it's true or not, I don't know. I wasn't there. But again, it's all the whole fact of, you know, people who watched the show for 14 years, nobody questioned it. It said, oh, it's all great, it's all fantastic, and now all of a sudden it's turned out, no, it was shit, it's all horrible, and blah, blah, blah. You know, like a wake-up call, like something dark was going on, and this person who killed himself was a victim of it, potentially, maybe, yes, no, who knows? Ooh. Okay. This has got me to shut up. Have we been here before? I don't know. I don't think we have. It's very pleasant music, but I don't like the foggy stuff there. That seems quite malicious. Have we been here? Can I go through that? Red fumes fills the air. It doesn't look like you can pass through like this. Wait, what? What did I say? Like this? Okay. What do you insinuate by that, game? I don't know, we haven't been here. Whoa! Whoa! Oh, this is bad. This is bad. I've never fought these enemies before. I don't know what they're like. Oh, shitty poo. Shitty pants, shitty pants, shitty pants. We're doing a lot of damage to them, though. Maybe we have fought them before. We're not doing a lot of damage to them. Oh god, they're gonna kill us, aren't they? Oh, this is bad. Oh, okay, that is a lot of feckin' damage. Did that hurt them? I don't know. Yeah, I think we are doing a fair bit of damage to them. Okay, I'm worrying over nothing. It's probably quantity of enemy versus HP. The quantity of enemy versus like damage to enemy. I don't know, but we are killing them. I'm doing a lot of damage to that one guy. He's nearly dead. Yeah, okay, we are killing. We are managing it. It's fine. It's fine. I thought they had more HP than they were letting on. Well, anyway, I'll stop talking about life in terms of, like, you know, always keep a sort of pinch of salt at hand when looking up to people and thinking they're fantastic. They're not saying that they're not, they are fantastic, but that's only a side of them, if that makes sense. Right now we need to fight cactus plant sticky things, because I'm not sure what the feckin' hell this is. I mean, I was expecting some sort of enemy encounter, but not this one. I mean, well, I'd say that. I mean, I was expecting an enemy encounter of plant-like description to a degree, but I don't know. They're not really putting up much of a fight, so hopefully, you know, it's fine. But they're taking a lot of punishment though, so hopefully we get some good XP. There's a lot of them though. Gotta stop using that consuming floor when I don't need to. Yeah, he killed them all. Right, how many experience points again? That's a lot of experience points. 1802. Damn. Oh, okay, right. Okay, that's fine. You can keep the boots on for now. Yeah, you can keep them on. It's also a pendant. Yeah, you've got that. That's fine. Okay, so everyone's all played it. Right, so that was a lot of experience points. Right, okay, so I'm guessing this is an area we come to later, maybe? Or maybe it's an optional area? I don't know. Arcane bottle. Okay. Well, we can't go very oh, no, we can go far in it. Or can we not? No, I don't think we can, because I think the fog is blocking... Whoa! Hello. I should really be paying more close attention to that. Right. Oh, well, let's fight this random one then, and let's see how much experience points we get in general. So we got forest planters, hornets, and fairies. Okay, so they're not much stronger than what we've been fighting already. I thought it'd be like a sort of a hidden side area where like all the enemies are like super strong and it's purely optional. Because that's another thing about JRPG games. Not all of them, but some of them. They have like optional dungeons, optional bosses that are generally far stronger than the story standard bosses and enemies for added challenge. But there's no, you don't have to do it. It doesn't add to the story that much per se, and usually the rewards you get are very minimal. It's really you do it just for the sake of doing it. It's like, I achieved the impossible, you know, it's that sort of thing. There is one game, again, going back actually, Final Fantasy series, there was one that did it quite well. Final Fantasy X-2, I played a lot out of that game when I was younger. I think I mentioned it before in another LP, but I played that game a lot. Some of it for the fan service, yes, I shall admit. But some of it as well because I quite liked the story. Even though it's probably one of the most controversial stories in, you know, RPG gaming history. We can't go very far in this area, by the way, but that's okay. At least we explored it. We can come back to it later, as I'm sure we will. It's very controversial in that it was bollocks, but I liked the bollocks when I was younger. I enjoyed it. The 10-2 was the sequel to 10. I'm not going to go into the plot of 10. You can look it up yourself. Most people should know because it's infamous. The 10-2 I really liked because the actual game itself was a bit different from 10, but it had a really good gameplay feel to it as an RPG, and it had a nice light-hearted tone to it. The story wasn't great. It was very poor sequel material, but it did conclude the story to a degree, and then they fucked it up with something else afterwards. It wasn't a proper game. It was like a lost episode audio recording thing, like an audio play or something like that. So you didn't, and it was like still animation, and they fucked it up royally with the story. In a way, it kind of makes sense, but it's a bit fun. But anyway, it doesn't matter. It's a terrible story anyway. But anyway, I liked it because of the fan service and the gameplay. The gameplay was really good. But what I really liked about 10-2 was the optional dungeons. They were really interesting and fun to do. And one of them was Vir Infinito, which was basically a dungeon. It was right at the end of the game. You're at like chapters. The game was split into 5 chapters, I think, from memory. And and chapter 5 was the last chapter before you went off and did the final boss fight, and what have you. And you can go and visit all the places you visited. It had like an overworld. That's a new item. What was that? Halves damage received by friend and foe in battle. Halves damage received by friend and foe. Why? Why is that important? Use again to end the... So essentially you're slowing the battle down. Well, I guess it helps maybe for battle management. I don't know. That's an odd one. Okay, never come across an item like that before. That is the first game in RPG gaming that I've done. I'm not saying that item description or item function has never existed. I'm sure it has in many forms, but that's the first time I've come across an item that halves the damage given to you and to the foe, so essentially slowing the battle down. Again, the only reason I can think of that being interesting is not so much challenge, but to manage a challenge, I guess. So it makes it easier to say manage your party's health and inventory in battle. So you've got time to, with 5 characters, you've got more time to heal them appropriately. It's easier for timing, that sort of thing. That's my sort of guess. I don't know, but anyway, whatever. Well, maybe there's a reason, a use for that item later on. But anyway, going back to the optional stuff, and it could be optional use in this game. In that you have to use it for a certain boss fight to help manage it, and it's a purely optional one. I don't know, but we'll see. But anyway, as I was saying, yeah, Final Fantasy 2, there was this optional dungeon for Infinity, and all it was basically a hole that some kids had found in the ground in this temple city. It was like this big city, it's all temple, based on the religion of the game. And somebody found this hole in one of the chambers, like a small chamber. And you go down the hole, and in the hole there's a lift, and the lift takes you down to Fear Infinite, which is essentially a 100-floor dungeon. There's nothing really intricate in the design of it. You essentially have to go down 100 floors underground to get to the bottom. And each floor that you go down has a randomly generated dungeon of a preset, design of dungeons. So basically, there's not like an infinite amount of dungeon designs. I think there was like 10, maybe about 10 at top, or 10 at most, and it would randomly simulate one of those dungeon layouts, and you just go through, or floor layouts, you just go through the floor to the next lift and go down, or the next hole, you jump down the next hole, jump down the next hole, to go further down underground. Every 20 levels that you went down, you had to fight a boss, and then when you get to the 100th level, there was a secret hidden super boss at the end. And what I liked about it was that as you were going down the levels, you fought pretty much all of the enemies in the game. All of the enemies in the game, all of the foes, all the people, like all these flying dragons and tree trunks and what have you. All the, enemies you'd fight for experience points, they were all in the dungeon. And the first 10 levels were all of the enemies you fought at the beginning of the game. So really fucking easy relative to your level that you got yourself to at that point. They were pushover. After you got to when you got down to the 10th level, you had 20th, was it 20th level? Was it 10th? No, 20th level, you fought a boss. And then once you fought the boss, you carry on to the next 20 levels and you fight another boss. But the first 20 levels are really, really easy. And then you fight a boss, and the boss is really easy, and then you go down to the next 20 levels. Again, the enemies getting a bit tougher, but they're relatively straightforward. But when you got to the level 40 boss, or the second boss, when you're 40 floors down, that just KO'd you. It literally wiped the floor with you because it just jumped the difficulty. It was like a proper mini super boss. And I couldn't beat it at first. I was like, how the fuck am I supposed to beat this thing? It's actually quite straightforward once you work it out. But yeah, it was basically my first taste of an optional super boss dungeon. And as you go down the floors, it got harder. When you got to the last 20 floors, all of the enemies were essentially super bosses in themselves. They were really powerful. And you could beat them, but you had to properly manage everything and have all your buffs up and your equipment and levels up and all that shit. But it was really challenging. But when you got to the bottom and you fought the final super boss, you actually got an item that basically ultimately buffs your party for the rest of the game. It really OPs you. But what was great about 10.2 was it had a new Game Plus feature. So when you completed the game, you could do it again, but you could carry over all the items over to the next playthrough, and you could carry the super item over, and it was just so much fun getting really OP and being rewarded for going down that dungeon. There was an ultimate item worth getting, so even though it was a challenge in itself, the ultimate item was kind of pointless really because you were already OP by the time you got down there. The fact that you got an item as a reward that made one of your characters even more OP was just satisfying. It was the right level of, you don't have to do this optional dungeon really, but if you do, there's a massive reward at the end for fun. I love that. It was one of my favourite optional dungeons ever. And I know there's plenty better ones out there, but well, at least I'm sure there are, but that was so good. I really enjoyed that, and that's what I like about JRPGs. You've got these super bosses and ultimate side dungeons and alternate dungeons. It's all good fun. Not everyone has them, but you could do it. Anyway, let's get back on track. Zamor Grotto is a dead but powerful demon entry to this place has been forbidden. So here we go, this could very well be one, but we can't get in there at the moment. There are some people over there, exorcists maybe, who knows, but we can't go further. But for powerful demons, so this could be optional, it could be for the story later, I don't know. But either way, this could be an example of it. Something to bear that in mind later. Right, now that I've delayed things long enough, let's get to the fucking story. I didn't mean for this to be the case, I really didn't, but yeah, these things work out this way. It's because I can't be asked to edit things down, that's all. If I did, I'd make this video a lot tighter, but I don't have a lot of time to do it. If this was my living, if I was doing YouTube as a living, which is next to impossible now, unless you're already pre-established, or very rich and powerful already, or get very fucking lucky, but that's the same with anything, or with skill and luck, luck to be recognised, but you when you do get recognised, you have the skill and work and production to back it up. That's brilliant. you know, I would happily edit these videos down for you, but I don't. I literally have an hour, maybe an hour and a half a day at most to record, and I just can't be asked to chop it all down. I just don't have time. Like when I come home from work, I'm exhausted. I'm in the midst of retraining. I might be going down the avenue of IT to get some work in IT. It's possible, so I'm going to be taking on possible night classes in IT to learn about computers and stuff. You know, it's all, you know, it takes a lot of time, so my time is divided at the moment, and therefore I can't spend the time making these videos more refined and cut down. I just can't do it. So what you see is what you get. It's all raw, basically. Sometimes I edit things down, or sometimes I'll cut things out. If I'm feeling generous, or if I feel, oh no, that was a bit rough, I will. But a lot of the time, no, you're just getting the raw meat. And I like raw stuff. It can be a bit of a tedious chore to listen to or watch to, but sometimes it can be very interesting. You get quite a in-depth knowledge of the person that's doing it or their work, you know. But I'm a sucker for that. You know, I'm a rambler. That's what I do. In terms of talking a lot, not journeying. Although I do journey a lot in these games. So.
Alright, if I were a Bloodwing, where would I be?
In that cottage over there, having a cup of tea with his feet up. Or the inn. That's there. They're having a pint. That always works. I'm going out to the pub with my mate tomorrow night for a couple of pints. I'm looking forward to that. I will be going into work very hungover the next day, but you know what? Bullshit to it. They're just going to have to deal with it. Right, we need to give that to Velvet. That's that. Right, so we need to talk to people. You! Boy! Oh no, you're that girl boy. But, okay, whatever. Speak!
Raspberries, strawberries, blueberries. They all grow in abundance around Stonebury.
Yeah, have you seen a big monster?
We even have a fairy tale about it. One day the ground was covered with so many fallen berries, they all became stones.
Yeah, that's very nice. Have you seen a big dragon anywhere?
Is that how the town got its name?
The spelling has changed some, but yes. Berries are an important part of this village. We harvest local berries to make jams, pastries, gels, and all sorts of sweets.
I don't give a shit! Have you seen a feckin' dragon?
I've never had one.
We've exported our jam and fruit for a while now, but our raspberry gels are still being perfected.
Whatever!
Rats.
Are the vegetables growing in that field special too? I don't think I've ever seen anything like them before.
You've got sharp eyes. But that's right. They're a rare species of wild potato. They're red and they're called radish bells.
This is hell's bells! Just get...
Sadly, the potatoes are actually highly poisonous.
Oh,
Really?
bully for you.
They look so good.
They do. But the skin and the sprouts are toxic. If you aren't careful when removing them, it's Poisonville for you. Deadly poison aside, they're sweet, fluffy, and go great with butter. And when they're fried nice and crispy, they're the best. So just skin them and sell them.
Yeah.
What's the problem?
Thank you, Velvet.
Yes, we've thought of that. But the way they are now, you have to peel off quite a bit before you get to the edible part. Peel one as big as your fist, and all you get for your trouble is a bit of meat the size of an egg yolk.
That's still tasty.
That's why we're selectively breeding them. One day, they'll have only a thin layer of poisonous skin.
Look, that's very scientific
Why not
of you
breed
and
them to
quite
get rid of the
commonsensical
poison
thinking, but...
altogether? With no poison, bugs will eat them, and they'll be more vulnerable to cold and heat. With potatoes, as with people, getting rid of everything harmful isn't always for the best.
Oh my god, the woman farmer has actually pointed out the main problems of Western society. Holy shit! Oh my god, woman farmer, I'm so sorry, I belittled you just then. Oh my god. Oh, the voice of common sense and reasoning came from a woman farmer in a programmed video game about feckin' potatoes. You can't make this shit up. You just can't, but somebody did. And they put it here in front of me to witness. Because they knew they had a photograph of me, or my logo, on the desk, and they said, let's make that bloke a game. In a really bizarre, very poor imitation of a stereotypical Australian accent, not Austrian, fuck that. And then some other guy went, yes, so good that everyone else will like it as well. God, Jesus. That, my friends, is the woman of common sense. You have seen it here now. There she is. Just virtually twiddling her virtual hands over some coding of poorly textured rendered grass. Not actually doing anything, but believing she is, because she is ignorant of the fact that she is nothing but a piece of code. And yet that piece of code, with those lines sprouted, voice acted by a voice actress of some description, or maybe just some lowly worker in the development studios. They got pulled over and said, do this voice work or you're fired. I don't know. Just summarise the problems. So there you go. Don't know what the solutions are, mind you, but we'll one step at a time. Baby steps, baby steps. I'm blown away. Demons are frightening, but we can't let that fear control our lives. Building something new is a real challenge, and that makes each day feel fresh and worthwhile. Yes, but only because you might be having, or should have, a healthy sex life, in which case, Velvet, give her your number. You two need to connect at some point. In many different ways. Right, okay, so these things. I'm running around in them now. I've picked up his cat, so I'm not being poisoned, so yeah. To speak to this man. Don't step on the crops. Well, I just did, but luckily coding prevents that from happening. Right. Oh, you got more to say. Told you not to step on the crops. How many times have I told you? Don't step on the crops. Stay out the crops. Yeah. I'll be bothered. Right. What have you got to say? Welcome to the pioneer settlement of Stonebury. It must have been quite a journey. Well, it was, but only because of the slowdown. It looks like you came across the Aldina Plains. We're in sore need of adventurous spirits like you. Have you seen what I'm wearing? Have you? Probably not, no, because you're too busy averting your eyes to the red potatoes. And that woman farmer, I bet he's staring at her. I hope she has control over her love life, in that she can dictate who she has sex with, because she should, and if she doesn't, then I will sort that out for her. The old man is a bit of a character, though I guess everyone here is a little odd for trying to start a new village in times like these. Well, why not? Fuck it, you know, life makes no sense. The woman farmer over there is your deity, so you might as well. It's probably about as good of a plan or as mad of a plan as everything else.
The water around here is ideal for producing wine and spirits. I've been thinking about fermenting something new.
Moonshine.
What will you make? This region's specialty is berries, so a berry wine?
Moonshine.
But the chilly air and level of humidity here should be just right for making an amber draft, don't you think?
Considering the geography around here, the water must contain a high mineral content. If you use it to make a rice wine, the taste will be unique.
I've considered all those options, but I must create something that can surpass my greatest rival, Sleeping Princess.
But that's nearly impossible to make.
Exactly. Not an easy task, to say the least. Sleeping Princess is made by filling an emerald cask with water from an enchanted mountain spring and sitting it in direct sunlight for 7 years. The water's magic causes it to change color each year. When it reaches the same deep green hue of the cask, it's ready.
Solar fermenting, huh? It won't be easy to surpass a marvel of the winemaking world like Sleeping Princess.
True, but I've finally found it. The ultimate stone.
The Philosopher's Stone.
Will you make a cask from it?
That would just make it an imitation. No. What I found can only be called a natural rock filter.
Thomas?
You're filtering wine with a rock?
Deep in the
Well,
heart of
that's
these
how spring water
mountains,
works, isn't it?
I found a
By
stone
underground
that absorbs
rocks,
liquids.
dirt, and things like that.
I tried
Something like that.
using it to filter a berry wine. The taste of it was unbelievably crisp and bright. It preserved the luscious richness of the berries while adding a clarity that left me breathless. I call it pure land wine.
Sounds nice.
There is no better.
It sounds
May
lovely.
I have a taste?
My apologies, but it took me 10 years to make a single thimbleful. I drank that thimbleful for my tasting. It'll be about 50 years before I can make a decent batch. I doubt I'll see a full bottle in my lifetime.
50 years, huh? Meet you back here then?
I've never been so glad not to be human.
I don't know, I'll meet you back here. That's a good joke. That was fun. A moment of glory, a cup of spirits. I wish you had a long and fruitful life. Maybe one day my grandkids will pour out a drink for you in my place, eh? Yep, it sounds fucking amazing, that stuff, whatever it is. A lot of people that I'm working with now, and a friend of mine, Dark Lord Kaiser himself, bless him, don't really engage in alcohol that much, or at all. A lot of people don't like the taste of it, and I say, drink Smirnoff Ice and you will change. You know, yeah, that sounds lovely. Why did it take you 10 years to make a thimbleful? And 50 years to make a batch? there is a thing called mass production. I can introduce it to you if you want. I can cut it down to 5 months. No problem at all. Give us a call. I can sort it out for you. Thorny Forest is a fine rare drink, but its pinnacle is the shining emerald bliss of Sleeping Princess. It's so scarce and treasured that even kings have to wait over 10 years for a chance to drink it. That's what the old man tells me, at least. I guess that's maybe to do with the, the fermentation. No, not the fermentation period, but it'll be the storage period or the oh, I think that's fucking clear. I smell the scent of blood. Fresh blood! Here be a reward, I take it. Yes, thank you. Not that I care. If you want to know what request, I'll take a look here. So what have we got now? The serial killer tree. Oh, that's in Duval Forest. Which we can't get access to at the moment. Well, we have been there, but we can't get access to it because we're not at the right area for it. Okay. But at least we now know which area that's in. Right, thank you for that. Appreciate that. I mean, we knew anyway from a previous video. I just forgot. Because I do. There's too many gaps between videos. Right, let's go speak to the next person. Who is it? You!
Yay! I found so many blueberries!
They are! I can actually see berries on the path. That's good.
Make jam? I'm going to feed them to my chickens. That way they'll lay eggs with purple yolks.
What? You know that won't work, right?
It sure will. The color of yolks change depending on what a hen eats. My grandma taught me that.
Actually, we always feed our chickens corn. Is that why their yolks are yellow? What are you gonna do with purple eggs anyway?
Tourists are coming from the capital again, right? I bet they've never seen purple eggs, so I figure I could sell them for a lot.
Fucking hell, girl. You're like, what, 5, 6 years old and you're already thinking like a capitalistic CEO bastard?
You thought this out.
Jesus.
But will they really sell? You know what they'd make, right?
I mean, come on.
Purple
Adolf
fried
Hitler,
eggs,
Joseph Stalin,
omelets,
Ming the
purple
Mercy.
egg
No.
fried rice.
I got my historical knowledge of evil
Would you
people.
want
Is
to
so
eat a purple
cool.
omelet?
Strange
Oh,
things to
God.
sell, right? You don't have to be so mean just because you can't think of a better idea.
Oh, sorry. Here, let me help you.
Fine. Go catch a whole barrel full of jewel beetles. If we feed them to my chickens, we'll get eggs with yolks like shining jewels.
I really wouldn't want to be your chickens, but... okay.
What a carefree village.
But you know, this is what really makes humanity amazing to me. Attempting the impossible. Reaching for the stars, just as a matter of course.
Aye. Though we may stumble countless times on our way, we can achieve anything we put our minds to.
Attempting the impossible, huh?
That's all well and good, but there are some lines that should never be crossed. Purple eggs. Blech.
So I'm guessing that's foreshadowing for attempting the impossible, which means maybe towards the end of the game we do something we're not supposed to do and we solve and everybody lives. Who knows? But I'm guessing that's foreshadowing. Right, expedition time. Yay, another perfect. And a new area discovered. Brilliant. Let's go. No, let's go there. Yeah, do it.
Scout ship.
Go, go, go. Enjoy yourself. Have fun. Girl, you got some wonderful capitalistic ideas. Do you want money? I have plenty of money. You can use it to start up your purple eggs chickens business. I'll take a 10% stake in it. I'll come around once every 50 years to collect, because that's when my friend will get to drink his precious wine. Is that alright? Is that cool? Yeah, brilliant. One day everyone in the world will be talking about dual purple eggs from Stonebury. Stay healthy, my precious flock. And then they all died from their fetal poisoning. The end. Possibly. I don't know. Right, I'll save the game in a moment.
Stonebury hasn't had much luck growing just yet, but this pioneer town has a lot of potential. Trees grow well here, and the lumber is of great quality. Oh, we're also close to the quarries, so stone isn't a problem. As long as the demons are contained, this country will rebuild. The need for stone and lumber will soar. Best of all, this area is quiet, has beautiful lakes, and is a perfect place for a craftsman like me to work.
And why settle for anything less?
I do feel that you might be a bit short-handed here. It's hard to build without manpower.
You're right.
That's
We
sexist.
need something to attract new settlers. Maybe some sort of specialty item?
Is there any fruit or vegetable that can only be found around here?
There is a type of potato called the radish bell that we grow, but it's got a few, quirks.
I know, we just discussed it with the amazing farmer woman.
Come to
woman
Stonebury,
farmer, sorry.
where the money grows on trees.
A bell tower, huh? That might actually work. We can even use local stones for the bell. The Stonebury Stone Belfry.
It won't work.
Huh?
Try hitting a rock. Doesn't ring.
Ah, how could I have missed that? I'm still
Even I
suffering
got
all
carried away
this.
with it. Velvet,
My
you put
master
down
taught
a...
me better than this. Think before you build.
Think
That's what he
before you
always
build.
said. I need to do better and not sully his name.
I think you could just, I don't know, make the bell out of stone and then put a metal lining within it, so it should ring a little bit. Maybe. Don't know if that's how it works, but it should do. Don't let your dreams just be dreams. I have a lot of respect for my master. He's strict and blunt with his advice, but he's got a very kind heart. My dream is to start my own business in the village and earn his acceptance. And then he'll get killed and turned into a demon, and that will never happen. But hey, you know, bygones be bygones. Right, what have you got to say for yourself?
I was on my way home from a trip to Logres, crossing the Aldina Plains, when I saw...
Is it a dragon?
Rain was pouring as if from buckets, and the wind was so strong I could hardly stay on my feet.
That's a nice
From
doggy
the
you have
vast
there.
darkness of the sky, a monster of tremendous size descended, like the essence of the storm itself.
Was it a dragon?
A huge flying demon?
At that moment, a group of exorcists leapt out from their hiding spots and began to battle the demon beast. But it met their swords with its fearsome horns, and a swipe of its tail threw the noble exorcist's back.
Horns and a tail?
Where did the demon go?
I couldn't tell you. I was so frightened, I ran away and never looked back. I hope the Abbey can get rid of it, but the beast took out 3 exorcists with a single blow. Come to think of it, another person was there too. He faced the demon and told it to stop.
Zavid.
If you're going to the Aldina Plains, you'd better be careful.
Just come from there. I just beat a giant evil turkey peacock! And it was easy! Easy! Speaking of dragons, there was an old dragon cult called Tintaganel a long time ago. They aren't around anymore, but what would they think when they decided to venerate such creatures? I don't know! So it was a dragon then. Is that what we were talking about? Okay, that's fine. No point in that conversation was that clarified, but I'll take it that you know, it has been now. And now that it has been verified, we can... Still don't know how to fight it, but I guess we'll just do what we usually do and just go up to it and kick it to death. All's good. Let's open up a new cat's chest. Bye-bye, catty. Come on, why can't I stand there? This stump is a secret fort for boys only! Oh, the old secret fort routine. How's it secret if it's out in the open? Boys are so stupid, I swear. She's got a point, actually. I can vouch for that. Right, what else have we got? Hello. This spring is the treasure of this village. It's not natural, though. We all work together to dig down to an underground stream. Therefore, it's not as magical as I made it out to be. But I'm trying to be a salesman, so what do you think? That's a good pitch. Good pitch. Well done. Just don't mention that bit at the end. Then you'll be fine. Cool. Okay. Oh, there's more people. Hello. What have you got to say? Is there a place to stay in this village? Place to stay? Just look for the biggest building in the village. It's our inn and tavern. They've got a surprising variety of drinks in a backwoods village like this. I hear the proprietress used to work as a sommelier for a certain noble house. Okay. I guess that's where we need to go. I mean, there's nowhere else to go here, is there? Actually, having said that, there was this bit around here. Did I go around here? I think I did. Oh no, I went to go around here, and I didn't. Naughty me. And we got that. Right, so there's nothing else to this village that we can see, but it mentioned the fort, the demon dragon thing, and we met some exorcists earlier at another thing. So I'm guessing if we go back to said thing, we gain 2 potatoes. All right, that equation makes sense. Let's go down to the inn and let's go steepy bibos. Oh, story time. Oh, story time. Story time makes sense. Cutscene. Oh!
Zavid.
Hello. Didn't expect to see you here. Ooh, that looks nice.
Hello, sailor.
Oh, he's pissed. Jerry's been drinking that bright blue liquid again. I wanted that. Oh, he's got 2 drinks. He's obviously drinking for someone
Are you
else.
waiting for someone?
Or waiting for someone.
Nope. Just saying a prayer for someone.
Oh, fair enough. Well, I'll leave you to it then. That's personal.
Someone?
Let's go. Clearly there aren't any bloodwings here.
You're just going to leave? I'm right here.
Everybody has times they need to be alone.
Fair play to you, Hudson. He's got it. Deep soul. What are you looking at, kid? Oh, he smiled. Okay.
Fee.
Right, coming.
Yeah, even though you got a different name and we're supposed to treat you as not your brother, I'm still going to command you like my brother. That's just how it goes down. Okay, so we didn't get to stay at the pub.
What do you think he was praying about?
We didn't get to stay at the pub and drink drinks. That's me.
Well, for one thing, he was drinking a bottle of Thorny Forest.
Okay. Was it nice? What's the alcohol
Oh
content?
my! The drink you share with your special someone when you're going to be married for life! How romantic!
Really? That sounds like a very, foreboding drink.
But getting your hands on that stuff is no small feat. I can only hope I'll get a chance to taste it someday.
You can. There's some in there. Just have it. You don't have to have it with some lover, I guess.
That must have had an important meaning for Savid. That's why you left him alone.
Ah, there used to be secret. I get it now. But oh, he's writing to him.
Don't
They're
read
gay.
Too much into it.
Are they being gay? Are they gay?
You're Velvet, right?
Oh, hello, generic lady that I get velvet. Yeah,
Huh,
that's
you
me.
must be the one who's seen the demon we're after.
Care to step into my office
We
so I can
saw
give you
a
a good
big
fisting?
snake-looking dragon fly over on the way here. Is that what you saw too?
Because if not, we can't advance the plot any further. And that's getting annoying.
Yes, that's the one. It nests at the top of the mountain in Aldina Plains.
We were just there! Or close enough to it, anyway.
We went to look ourselves. No dragon.
No nest.
It only returns to its nest on rainy days.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Rainy days, you say?
Ah, that is now. Great! Convenient. Time is convenience. So all this is complete padding and pointless world building. But actually, in a way, it was quite interesting. That woman farmer, like I said,
Aww,
never
just
touch her
look
again.
at what you went and made the weather gods do. This doesn't bode well. Not at all.
Thanks. We'll give it another shot.
Yeah, cool. Cheers, lass. Velvet's always up for a bit of dragon punching and fisting. Alright, okay. That's cool. I love the sound of rain. Who doesn't like the sound of rain? The sound of rain is gorgeous, isn't it? Ah, it's wonderful. Right, has everybody got lots of things to talk about, or is it... Oh, they have as well. Oh, feckin' feck. What now? Yeah, I'm not getting out of your field. I'm determined to fertilise you, dickhead. Oh, whatever. It's raining. Shouldn't you find shelter? So it rains a lot in Stonebury. It's a seasonal thing. It's good for the crops, though, and it reminds us that we have to do whatever we can each day. If you stop working because of a bit of rain, you'll never get new town builds. Do what you can each day. Exactly. We only have a limited time in which to live. Try not to leave any regrets behind, kid. Well, I've got plenty, so I'll be leaving those behind. Anyway, whatever's. Let's see what else we got. Thorny Forest is a fine, rare drink, but its pinnacle is the shining emerald bliss of sleeping princess. It's so scarce and treasured that even kings have to wait over 10 years for a chance to drink it. I hope to taste it even once in my life. It's at your fucking pub! Just go to the pub and order some! I can't even go in there! It's in there! Just buy some! Is it that expensive? I'll get you some. I'm fucking loaded with... How much money have we got? 397,000 geld! I'm sure I can afford a bottle of it. You see the village stamp? Something else, right? It took a year to chop down, but they gave us 10 years worth of firewood. Fuck, that is pretty good. Out past the village, sorry, is an old forest full of trees like that. We call it Volgren Forest after my dad. First man sat next to it. Oh, that's sentimentally nice and pointless. There's a bell there. Is it made of stone? Probably. That's why it doesn't ring. Right. Okay. I need to go to the shop and buy some shit. Don't need any of that. Ooh, Felsborough doll. We need that. Quartz brace. Need that. Don't need that. Do need that. Don't need that. Oh no, do need that. Do need that. Do need that. Don't need that. Do need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Oh, I can get one of those per lapis set. Don't need that. Can get another one of those. Do need that. Do need that. Oh, right, okay. Maybe get one of those. Get another one of those. Get one of those. Get one of those. That's all good then. Right, so we've got some new equipment that we can equip to people and stuff like that. That's fine. Cool. Not going to bother enhancing and selling shit just yet. I'll leave that for later. But let's equip some new shit. So you don't need that. You no. Ooh, yeah, you can have that. What does that do? Yeah, whatever. So you can have that. And command shoes. Ooh, you put the quartz boots on. Yeah, you definitely have that. Ooh, yeah, let's have that. Okay, you can have that. You've got that. You've got that. Oh, colourful waistcoat. You've got to have that on. You can have the shell ring on. And you've got the quartz boots, so you're alright there. You're fine. That's fine. So you're all good. Your daggers are fine. Ooh. Nah, those daggers are fine. Right, quartz talisman. Okay. And then, oh, right, okay, well, that's fine. You can have that one on then. I have no idea what I'm talking about, by the way. Ignore my rambling. You can have that. Snowboard. What else can you have? Force ring. Have that on. Felspar boots. Nobody else can have those. I mean, only Velvet can have those boots on. You can have the spear. That's a nice looking spear. You've got the force ring on. Feather steps. Ooh. You can have those on, and then you've got to have the new doll. You've got those on. You've got that on. Poison ring. Can't have the new rings on because they've been there. You can have the Felspar boots on, that's good. And then you've got resistant shoes, but you can have the Amphibily boots on. We'll just check the other one now, they're the same. Fatigue ward you're mastering. Colourful waistcoat, you can't have the quartz one on because that's already on. Oh, you can have the Felspar one though. Excellent. New pendant, good times. Felspar bracelet, quartz bracelet, okay. Cool. Right, that's all good. So everyone's kitted up with stuff they can learn shit from. Lovely. Right, we're going to save the game here. We're going to call that a video for now. Next time, we shall go out to the plains, find the dragon, beat it up, and see what else is going to go down. So yeah, sorry for the long, wimbly, rambly, wibbly-wobbly video, but yeah, they happen. They happen. I like doing them. They're always good fun. So anyway, can I say thank you very much for watching if you have done. I'm sure most of you probably skipped this by now, but even so, if you've reached this far, thank you very much. Do have a good one. Take it easy, have a good one, as I've said already, because I forget how to close these videos. And I'll see you at the next video, or I hope to see you in the next one. Until then, bye for now. Yeah, got there in the end. Bye.